Welcome to the Modern Real Estate Investor Podcast, where we interview the biggest and most successful real estate entrepreneurs, investors, and capital raisers in the world to provide you with the tool sets, the mindsets, and the skill sets to help you conquer yourself, your life, your marriage, and use real estate as your wealth creation vehicle so that you can live a more successful, happy, and fulfilled life of growth and contribution. If what you're after is having it all, if what you desire is becoming the best version you can be across all areas, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, sentimentally, and financially, you've come to the right place. We will bring to you the best of the best real estate entrepreneurs who will give you the insights, knowledge, experience, and skills so that you can go out and crush it financially and across all areas of your life. Grab pencil and paper, sit back, enjoy, and you are welcome to the Modern Real Estate Investor Podcast. Hello, Modern Kings and Queens. Welcome to another episode of the Modern Real Estate Investor Podcast, where we interview some of the best, most successful, and most experienced real estate investors, capital raisers, operators out there to provide you with the tool sets, the mindsets, and the skill sets for you to conquer yourself, your life, your marriage, and use real estate as your wealth creation vehicle so that you can live a more successful, happy, and fulfilled life of growth and contribution. I'm super excited today because I get to interview, connect with, and learn from Elsa. So this Modern Queen is co-founder of Invest Now Capital, a private real estate investment firm. Elsa has been in real estate since 2004, so she's been through a couple of cycles and is passionate about real estate. She is a national speaker and mentor, and prior to Invest Now Capital, Elsa served as founder and CEO for Sunrise Development and CFO for Northstar Developments, a full-service pre-construction development firm. So she has also 15 years of corporate experience as a financial controller before her commercial real estate investment career. So in short, she has lots of experience, lots of wisdom, lots of knowledge that I hope to extract from her for you. So thank you very much for being here, Elsa. Thank you very much. And you're welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Alex. Such an honor to be here today. And I definitely love what you do here. So here I am. Anything that I can do to help bring value to the listener to your show, I'm here to help. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, let's get started then. The first thing that I do with my guest, Elsa, is I ask them to walk us through their real estate investing journey in 75 seconds or less. I know it might be hard because, you've been on this game since, for a long time now, but go ahead and give it a try. 75 seconds or less.
75 seconds. I'll try my best. So I got my real estate license back in 2004 and did residential real estate as the real estate agent. Long story short, that was just my supplemental income. I work full-time as an accountant controller. Fast forward to 2019, when I explored commercial real estate and decided that that was the path that I wanted to walk on. So I quit my accounting job and I went into real estate, commercial real estate full-time as an investor. So as of now, since 2019 into now, bought a few apartment buildings with other people, and we're doing just value add, bring in values and bring in, beautify the apartments for the tenants who live there.
Mm-hmm. Great. So you became an accountant? So you actually went to school and in college and all of that to become an accountant? Because I think you have an undergraduate degree in marketing and in business as well, right?
Correct. So I do have both my undergrad and my master degree is in business administration, and I became an accountant more by accident, even though my background was more in marketing. I had more of a marketing degree, but when I graduated in 2002, it was just all the startup company, and I happened to become an office manager. And from there, I just kind of grew into more of the financial accounting role than the marketing role. So I never really utilized my marketing degree other than beside real estate.
Yeah. So do you feel like you're using it now? Because actually, marketing in real estate is kind of tricky, right? But the same principles that apply to a business apply to marketing, to I mean real estate as well. So for example, having your ideal property, right? Like knowing what type of deals you want to take down is like having an ideal client avatar. And then on the other side, having an ideal investor avatar, right? Like knowing who is it that you want to raise capital from. And then so that you can have a strong message to target them with. So much of the principles that apply when you're running a business in marketing also apply to real estate. Would you say so or no?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I'm super, super grateful for my accounting background because it does helps me analyze the number. But I'm passionate about marketing, about people. I'm a people person. I'm an extrovert. I like to go out and network with people. If we go to a conference, I normally
Hello, morning kings and queens. At my company, Millionaire Network Automation, we believe in the power of networking. We believe that in real estate, your net worth is your network. This is why we help real estate investors raise capital by connecting them with their ideal investors and helping them build a massive network of their ideal investors in less than 30 days and with only 4 hours of work per week. If you're interested in this, click the link below in the description of this podcast to learn how you can propel your growth with a reliable system that will consistently help you connect with your ideal investors, build trust, add value, get your investors to promote you and put you in front of more of their investor friends, and raise more capital faster and in a much more effortless way so that you can achieve your financial freedom and still have the time and the energy to pour into every single other area of your life. So go watch the training, and you're going to have the opportunity to book a call to talk about how you can get this 100% done for you system implemented in the next 5 days. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later, and enjoy the rest of this episode. Bye-bye.
go out after dinner and just hang out with people. And that's how you build relationship. And that's honestly when you kind of people meet you, they greet you, but they don't feel like they know you until they get to know you a little bit besides the conference time, if that makes sense. So I definitely think what I learned from school, my marketing background really fit into what we do right now as a real estate investors.
So how is that? How is it that you're applying all of that marketing knowledge right now as a real estate investor?
I think it's just more of a personality thing, Alex. Like I can't remember. I mean, this was back in the '90s when I went to school, so I can't remember all the principle. But I think it's
Mm.
in marketing, being a salesperson, being a marketer is more of a personality trait, right? And you learn through the jobs. So a lot of my knowledge is acquired through books, through experience. But you have to have a personality for it as well, because there's people out there who just made to be let's say if you love number and you play an accountant role, which I don't mind doing. I mean, my accounting background really teach me how to underwrite a deal, how to analyze the numbers, which is so critical in what we do right now, especially when it comes to financial management for the properties that we have.
Hmm.
But on the other hand, the marketing it just fits my personality better because as a marketing person, you like to kind of just meet people, talk to people, you go out. It's more of a personality type. So I hope that makes sense to you. And then a lot of what we learn from school, really like it's the principle is there, but when we come to apply that to the job, and every job is different, right? If you work in high tech, it's very different than you work in real estate. But what the common ground between the two is the personality. Someone has to have the personality for it, that you have to enjoy talking to people, that you have to enjoy, that you don't mind going out and network and talk to people and put yourself out there rather than be a stay-at-home person, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, actually, it does make a lot of sense, right? And I hope it makes sense as well for the audience, because you could have and know all of the marketing knowledge in the world, but if
Mhm.
you're not a marketer, like it won't make a difference, right? Like you gotta have that personality, so you gotta have marketing drilled into your personality so that you are a marketer and you're like literally marketing. You're like a billboard, a walking billboard, right? It's very
Correct,
different
100%. Hmm.
knowing from doing, right? Like it's very different knowing from doing. And I think what you're saying right now, about having the personality, the marketing personality, and being a marketer, is like that the breaking point, right? Because a lot of people know marketing, but they don't do it. So it's very different. And I think that's what you're trying to say,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you have to be able to kind of master the what you learn, the principle, the book knowledge with the experience, right? And then that's how you become a good marketer. And in my opinion, really a good marketer, a good salesperson is that you believe in what you do. Like if we were to go out and sell a product, but if you don't think that product is a good product, then there's no way that's going to make you, you might be successful for a short period of time, but it's not going to last. It's not going to go long for you. So
Mm-hmm.
being a good marketer isn't belief in what we're selling. And that's, go back to I think that will go back to your podcast theme is that we are king and queens, right? Just know who you
Yeah.
are and to take pride in that. And it's the same with the products that we sell. I mean, if you look at an Apple phone, the reason that people are still buying it like hotcakes because it sells, it's a great product. So if you believe in the products, if we believe in the deal that we investing in going to bring in a great return to the investor based on the numbers, the analysis, then it's going to be an easy sell. It's going to be an easy sell. But if we're going to try to make the number works, then you're going to be in trouble sooner or later.
Yeah, for sure. So, Elsa, so you are like a well-rounded real estate investor, right? You have with your accounting background and what you've done in real estate, you can do like underwriting. You could, I guess find deals. You're also involved in the marketing, which I guess involves investor relationships and raising capital. So, what is like, what would you say is like your focus, your main function right now at Invest Now Capital?
I'm probably more on a high level as much as I try to be good at everything. You can only be good at something, right? So as
Yeah.
I do enjoy going out and network and meet people, and I do that on a weekly basis because that's, most of my deals are found that way. But really, I think my strength where I spend most of my time every day, unfortunately, is still on the financial management because now that I mean, 3 months take us to find a deal, acquire it, and now put it to work. So once we have the project going, somebody gonna need to look at the numbers every day. Somebody needs to make sure that we receive the rent that we're supposed to be receiving or paying the contracts right. And we're gonna have to balance that checkbook at the end of every month and make the payment to the investors. So I spend most of my time right now focusing on that aspect of the business because I want to make sure that everything is supposed to be where it is.
Got it. So basically operating, right? Um, but you do enjoy going out and networking every single week, right? So what type of networking do you do? You mentioned that you try to do that every single week. So what is it that you do, or how do you go about it?
I go to a lot of local meetup, real estate local meetup.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically, I mean, you go to meetup.com, Facebook groups, they always have meetups every week. So I would go there because, you know, that those places are the place where you find people who have interest in real estate. And if I need to look for deals, if I need to look for investors, those are the places that I want to hang out. And
Yeah.
beside in-person meeting, I do social media. So we do like Facebook Live, right? And we do have multifamily live session. Um, and those are the kind of social media that I join as well. So like tomorrow, I'm going to be doing in what we call it MFM Live, where we invite a bunch of people to come, and then we have a panels of a few people, and I'll be the host. So just kind of like we're chatting, we're
Cool.
asking them on how to raise capital, so on and so forth.
Nice. So is networking how you deals are found in your experience?
100%. Yep. A lot of my deals are found through networking.
And with MFM Live tomorrow, Multifamily Masters. So you're also involved in that along with your partner. What's his name? Here I had it, but I
Garrison,
lost it. Yeah.
Garrison Gilbert. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you're having the event tomorrow. Actually, I'm actually signed up, right? So,
Oh, you did? Okay, so you see me on it.
yeah, yeah. And then you have a bunch of speakers and everything. So that's tomorrow, right? So people are not going to have an opportunity to hear about this, like soon enough for them to be able to take advantage of that event. But do you have any other events like similar like that in the future?
So we do have that. MFM Live is once a month, and then I
Okay,
do,
cool.
yeah, and I do have my own local meetup. So I alternate between in person and also online. So when I host it online, then I would invite a speaker, someone like yourself, who is a real estate professional, and then we'll come and share on a topic that you are an expert in, so then everyone can learn how to get a peek into like how to flip a single family house, right? And if
Got
you
it.
are an attorney, maybe we'll talk about the intricate aspects of syndication, what they are, and how they are being regulated by the SEC, so on and so forth. So I do have my local meetup, which I alternate between the two. And then this week I signed up for like 2 local meetups that I'm gonna go to here in Silicon Valley.
Nice. MFM is once a month. Do you always bring speakers in?
MFM Live, yes. So MFM
Yeah.
is pretty. So we got MFM Live, and then we have MFM Multifamily Master has local chapters. I'm leading the San Jose chapter, so that's when I do my meetup, just very local. But MFM Live
Okay.
is for everybody.
Yeah, it's virtual, right? So anyone can attend.
Exactly, anyone could attend. And then whereas for me, I try to focus on my chapter and grow my own chapter, and I do a lot of things locally with my own chapter.
So with your own chapter locally, where are you located, and where do your meetups happen?
In San Jose, so we have different venue. It depends on what it is. Sometimes we meet at a if it's just very 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 casual, we just meet at a beer garden or like a happy hour place. So people just
Okay.
come and mingle. However, if I have a speaker come in or I want to do a presentation, then I find a venue that people can come in and sit down and listen to the presentation. But if it's just a hangout, get to know each other, come and chat, then I just pick a location. Usually we do happy hour for that. So then it's just they don't have to pay too much money. It's relaxed and we just have fun.
Cool, nice. So are those the 2 things that you and your partner are focused on together on the Invest Now Capital and MFM as well? Those are the 2 things that you're focused on, or do you have anything else going on?
Oh, we do a lot of stuff. I mean, those are just minor stuff to get to know people, put our names out there. But our
Yeah.
main job, I mean, I do real estate full time. Our main job is to find deal and close deals and renovations and project management. So those are really the main thing. But networking is basically so people know what we do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's really important, right? Um,
Mhm.
um, Obscurity is like the number one problem for entrepreneurs, right? Like not having enough people know you and know what you do is, I think, in my opinion, the number one problem for entrepreneurs. So working every single day to beat that is literally the best thing that you can do. Um, do you have any deal going on right now? So the people who listen to this podcast, Elsa, are real estate investors, right? Like either active real estate investors or passive real estate investors. Some of them don't know yet, but they've taken a choice, and that choice is to use real estate as their wealth creation vehicle, right?
Mhm.
So just to maybe talk about an opportunity for them, or give them some value. Is there anything that you're working on right now? Any deal that you're working on to tackle, or any resource that you might be looking for?
That's a great question. We just closed the deal last week, so um, there was a property that I purchased with my partner in Fresno. I live here in California, in Fresno, California. We closed the deal last week. We raised a very small amount of money for that, and the race is still open, so I'll probably gonna close it very soon. But other than that, unfortunately, I don't have anything else going on right now. So my goal is to get this deal going, get the contractors in there, get the works going, and then I'm going to focus on finding my next deals. So I like to do, in an ideal world, I like to do one deal per quarter. This is my second deal. This is my second deal this year. The first one was in San Diego, California. This was in Fresno, and I'm hoping that I can lock in another deal in the third quarter of the year, and then another one in the fourth quarter of the year. So I give myself 3 months to find a deal. And I focus more on acquisition. Once it's done, I hand it over to my operation team, where I have asset managers or project managers that we work with to oversee the construction, the renovation. But that's kind of most of the products that I work with are value add, heavy flip. So that means I would buy something for, like this deal that I just closed. I'm probably going to be all in for 1.1. But my exit is, I would say, closer to 1.8 to $2 million. So we spend a lot of money on renovation, on rehab, but we also exit a very strong price. There's a very strong exit values.
Okay. So could you share a little bit more details on that deal? And I don't know, maybe
absolutely. Yeah, this is a really, this is a very sweet deal. And going back to networking, this is where I found the deal. So I met a few wholesalers at some of my networking events. And this lady told me about this property that she wanted to flip. Unfortunately, she already had somebody that wanted to buy it. So I said, well, if they back out, let me know. So long story short, the person who she was going to assign it to back out, and she called me up and she go, Elsa, do you want it? And these are 7 houses built in 2017. They wanted new 2017 built, 7 houses on one lot. They won $995 in Fresno, and I'm like, my God, like you cannot get any cheaper than that. Right.
Yeah.
Those homes will easily go for $300,000-$400,000 if they're in a good condition. Right. Maybe $250,000 to $350,000. So I jumped on it right away. I bought it. We negotiate the price out from $995 to $750. So I bought 7 houses, 2017 built for $750,000. That's a sweet deal. We're putting about $250. So my construction budget is $250, and so I'm going to be all in for $1 million. But the as is value, when we do the appraisal, as is value is already 1.115. So that if I were to sell it right now and not do anything to it, I have almost $400,000 equity in the deal. But we're going to renovate it, and we're going to increase this a little bit more, and then we'll either flip it or we would sell. Either we sell or we refinance and cash our investors out. We pay them a very strong return. We do a 15% return, preferred return to our investors. Short-term hold, 7 houses, it won't take us more than 6 months to stabilize them. So that's just the gist of the deal, but that's come down to networking. So the reason I go out and meet people, because a lot of people have deals that they need someone to close this with them. They have deals that they want to flip, whether local or online. We got to put ourselves out there and talk to people and tell them what we're looking for.
Yeah, awesome. So and then that's a great lesson, right? Even though I think it was a woman who told her, no, someone else is going to buy this deal, right? Well, you still stayed in contact and told her, well, if they back out, because a lot of people
let me know. Yeah.
Do, right? Yeah. So
exactly. And I drove there to see the property, even though I know I didn't have it, but I still did my due diligence. Right. So I drove all the way to Fresno, 3 hours to check out a property, why someone else has it under contract. But those are the things that we do, right? I mean, if you really want something, you have to go after it. And the universe is going to give it to you.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. So 750. How much did you put down to be able to get the property? 250 you said, or 250 for renovation?
250 is for the renovation. So that's my total construction budget is 250. So I'm going to be all in for $1 million.
Nice.
Well,
And then
plus holding costs,
got it. All right.
plus, interest payment and so on and so forth.
Well, yeah, sounds like you got yourself a great deal. That's exciting.
Yeah, so we just
So
need to do a few of this a year.
yeah. So you look for one of these good deals every single quarter then, right?
Correct. Yeah. So I mean, that's my goal. Is like as soon as I close on this one, I'm going back out again to find deals again. I'm starting underwriting. I'm starting to call brokers. I'm starting to look at deals again. So then I can get into my next deal. So that's kind of like the routine that I do, and then the key is that you're gonna have to have good relationship with a lot of brokers as well. So yeah, I might be able to get deals from wholesalers, from partners who already put it on contract, but brokers plays a very important role in what we do because they're the one who supplies the deals. So stay on their email list, right? Talk to them, reach out to them once in a while, see if they have anything, because they could provide you with really good deals as well.
Cool. Well, let's jump into our real estate investing obstacle deep dive section. It's a small section of every single podcast where I talk about the obstacles, the constant obstacles that real estate investors face on a daily basis, just to provide the listener with the tools, the mindsets, and the skill sets for them to be able to navigate those obstacles a lot better, right? And since we're talking about finding deals, well, let's stay on that topic. And let me ask you, Elsa, what do you think is like the number one problem when it comes to deal flow, and why do multifamily real estate investors struggle with that?
That's a very, very good question, Alex. I think investors have problem with that based on them not being persistent enough, right? So if you want to buy a deal if you want to go find a deal, my recommendation is that you stay focused on maybe to pick 2 to 3 geographic area that you want to target, right?
Okay.
So once you identify the location that you want to target, don't try to look everywhere because you're gonna get lost. So find 3 cities that you want to target in, right? And then you're gonna do a deep study of those cities. So let's say you pick, I pick California market, right? So I pick Central Valley, California, and I'm gonna do all my research based, like what are the comps, the sales comps, the rent comps, who are the popular brokers over there. I'm going to start going to meetups group if I could, so then I can find you and network with people over there, right? So I'm going to learn everything I can about that particular location. And from there, once you already have the head knowledge, then you can start networking. And if people are going to throw a deal at you, like for me, when the lady came to me and said, I have 7 houses for $995, I don't even need to think twice. I know that's a great deal because I already know the market and I already know how much those homes going to go for. That I could easily flip that for 1.7, right? So that is what you need to know is the head knowledge. You need to have confidence in the market and what you know. So then when you start talking to people, you talk like an expert. And broker
Yeah.
knows that you are a rookie, right? If you're gonna call up a broker and you don't even know what you talk about, they're not gonna take you very seriously because they want to make a sales. So they're not gonna want
Yeah,
to
for
deal
sure.
with somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about.
And who's
But
not
if you
going to close?
know exactly, so not that they look down on you or anything, but they have so many people that they need to deal with, so they're gonna choose to work with the strong one. So in my opinion, deal flow come if you know what you're doing. So if you know the market, you know the area, you keep on networking with the same group of people, with the same popular brokers, deal's gonna come.
So
And
basically,
then
developing good head knowledge, like you called it, head knowledge. I like that term.
Head knowledge. Yep, head knowledge. You gotta have to know everything about. And I usually, I mean, there's a spreadsheet that I put together, and I would look at the population growth. I look at the job growth. I look at the economic data for that particular area. So you kind of just know exactly what you get yourself into, and if you get really good at it, even come down to the class B, class A trading for at this cap rate, class B in a such area trading as such cap, class C. So you want to get to know even to like what cap rate are they trading at a particular neighborhood. Make sense?
Got it. Yeah, makes lots of sense. Yeah, it's great. So basically that's the main problem, right? When it comes to deal finding, it's not having enough persistence, right? And not knowing what the hell you're doing, right? Not having good head knowledge, right?
Exactly.
So
Yep.
and then there's no other way to get around it other than, well, putting your head down and doing the homework, right? Like picking 1 to 3 cities and then doing the homework on those, and focusing on learning all of the information that you have to learn in order to develop good head knowledge, which I really like the term.
100%.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, Elsa, we have, a few more minutes, and I do like to finish with a couple of questions every single podcast. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask you the first one. So the first one is, you network a lot, right? You network a lot. You surround yourself with a lot of real estate investors. You're also part of the MFM, right? Multifamily Masters Mastermind. So a lot of multifamily real estate investors are also in there as well. So the question is, what is a limiting belief that you maybe have seen, that you've observed, amongst the people that you surround yourself with, that may hold a real estate investor back? Like what is a limiting belief that you've seen hold real estate investors back from really achieving their full potential and really getting things done?
The limited belief, that's a really good question, by the way. A lot of time what limit people from believing that they can do it is confidence. They don't have the confidence in their mind. Like, I don't have the confidence to go out and talk to people to invest with me. I don't have the confidence to go talk to a broker because they think that I'm a rookie, right? I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't have the confidence in looking at a rehab, a renovation project. I don't know anything about renovation, right? So the lack of confidence comes from the lack of knowledge. So when you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the confidence. And when you don't have the confidence, you're going to give up. Sooner or later, you're going to give up. So I think that's the limited belief that a lot of people have. So they give up because they think that they're not good enough. Then, like, they're going to look at, I hear people say, Elsa, I'm never going to get to your level. Well, 3 years ago, I was exactly where you are right now. So there's
just 3 years
nothing
ago
I can do. Yeah, nothing I can do or you can do, Alex, that, Mr. B, Mr. C cannot do. They can do exactly what we do and even better than us. I know there's a lot more that, I can improve myself on. So I would encourage people, like, don't underestimate what they can and cannot do, because the sky is the limit for those who believe.
Awesome. So and to work on the confidence, you got to work on your knowledge, right? So learning and constantly improving, working on improving in yourself, investing in yourself, investing on books, courses, masterminds like the MFM, right? Mastermind. So those types of things, right? Surrounding yourself with the right people, that will build up your confidence, right? And then once you have that, then you'll be more inclined to executing rather than not.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask questions, right? I mean, all of us are learners. So don't be afraid to ask. If you don't know, just ask the question, go join group, ask question, put it on Facebook. You'd be surprised how many people out there that want to contribute values, right? Yeah. So just ask if you don't know. And like you say, there's so many books out there. Any type of books that any type of knowledge that you want to gain, there's books out there for it. or you can just put it on Chat GPT or Google. You have the answer
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. That would be way easier, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
So, Elsa, you said, 3 years ago I was just like that, right? So, knowing what you know now, what piece of advice would you give yourself at the beginning of your journey? Maybe not all the way to the beginning, but maybe 3 years ago, to help yourself have faster, easier, and smoother success. Is there any piece of advice that you think would be key in helping yourself or maybe someone
Mhm.
else navigate their journey a lot better?
Yeah, I mean, if I have to go back to 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when I, just started doing this kind of, um, I guess I would probably, I mean, in the beginning, I was the same. I kind of just like swim in the ocean and try to find what my superpower were,
Hmm.
right? So I did wasted a lot of time trying to like do that. But once I identify what my strengths were, I emphasize on that. So I know that my strength, because of my 15 years of corporate accounting, I know that I'm strong with numbers. Um, and so, I mean, if I have to go back to do it all over again, I'm probably gonna save myself some time by just stay more focused and just gain knowledge and probably network more. I don't think I network enough. I mean, I say like I go out and network with people, but I know that I haven't done enough. Um, I should, I mean, I'm also part of a few mastermind program, and those they have free networking event, and I just haven't put myself in there enough to get to know people. I would have probably done a lot more deals if I put myself out there more.
Hmm. Okay. So, focus on your strength and network more, right? Regardless of what your
Network
strength
more.
is, network more.
Exactly. Just go network more so you can do more deals, network more so you can connect with more partners. They could be investors, they could be your general partners, you just don't know. They could be your deal fighter. But I would put myself out there more and talk to a lot more people.
Mm, awesome. Yeah, that's great advice. So, we just talked about networking, and so building relationships and networking is key to be successful in the real estate investing game, raising capital, finding deals, partners, and all of that. So, apart from like going to networking events, hosting your own meetups, which you are doing, what other networking strategy or advice could you give on successful networking and successful relationship building?
I would say you don't have to focus just on your own group. You can contribute to other people's group as well. So, um, like, thank you for the opportunity to be on your podcast today. Um, that's another way that you can put yourself out there is just be a guest on other people's podcasts, right?
Mm,
Be a guest speakers at other people meetups. I've been asking people, the local chapter, the local meetups groups over here, if they ever need a speakers, I'll be more than happy to share my knowledge, my experience with them. One way to put yourself out there. So see what you can do to help build other people as well, or build up their network. Not necessarily go there and try to steal the investors. It's never meant to be that way. But if you could help them grow, they can help you grow. And maybe you could collaborate some way, somehow in the future. You just never know what path is going to open up for you when you act on being the giver rather than the receiver.
yeah. All right. So contributing, which is and that's why like that's one of my values. I keep that on the forefront of my mind every single day, right? Purpose, growth, and contribution. I'm always, focused on my purpose, the purpose that I'm here for.
Mhm.
Because for some reason, by just focusing on that, by just focusing on motivating, inspiring, and blessing, everything else has been falling into place and working out, right? By focusing on growth, everything has been working out and falling into place, and by focusing on contributing, everything has been working out and falling into place. So, totally agree with you. The last question, Elsa, is, since we talked about, so it's what is a successful strategy to, so depending on what I focus on my real estate obstacle deep dive section. Depending on that, that's what this question will be about, right? So, what is a successful strategy to find deals, in your opinion, to find the multifamily deals?
Um, Again, I think that probably come down to um, know the market that you want to target in, like just narrow down to a few markets. And in the beginning, what I did was that when I didn't know any brokers, I didn't know anyone in the business, I just go to LoopNet and look at the listing in, let's say, Jacksonville, Florida. That was my
Mm-hmm.
first property. Was I want to have a presence in Jacksonville. I look at LoopNet to see what kind of listing out there, right? And even properties that I know that beyond my reach, I still call the broker, ask them question, and I ask them if they could put me on their email list. And I tell them, of course, you started out by pretending that you're interested in the listing, so on and so forth. But then later, it's kind of open up the conversation about what it is that you're looking for. Ask them to put you on their email list, and then follow up with them once in a while. You're gonna have to build that relationship with brokers in order to get deals from them. And a lot of time when the broker know you and they got a listing, you'll be the first one that they call even before they put it out on the market, right? They're gonna go to their list first before they go ahead and push it out in the marketplace. So actually a lot of good deals may be found when you have a strong relationship with the broker. And so I would say your deal flows, if you focus on deal flows, have a strong relationship with the brokers. And my partner even go beyond that. He invite them out to lunch or coffee, and he buy for them. And one of the things that he does, which I think is which is a genius, is that he's like, yeah, I mean, if you help me get this property, if something that we really want, tell them like, if you help me get this property, I'm gonna let you have the listing when I sell it, right? So who doesn't want that?
Yeah, yeah, it's a great offer.
So I mean, you gotta keep your promise, right? You cannot say that and then don't give them the listing. That's just gonna kill your relationship. So you have to keep your word. But again, that broker want to have strong pipeline as well. So if they know that you're a strong buyer, they're gonna work with you. And the United States is so big, so that's why I'm like, you're gonna have to identify a few growth area that you want to focus on, whether it's in your backyard or some other state, and then find people who live in that area. Because if I live here in California and I want to go buy a property in Jacksonville, and somebody send me a listing, I don't have the money to fly out there every time to check on the property before I write the offer. So you want to make sure that you have some friends in the area as well, again, through networking, right? So then if something come up, you can ask them to drive by and take a look, do a Facebook, do a live video or whatever. So then you get a feel of it, or may even walk the property. So a lot of my networking is not necessarily with broker, but with potential partners, right? And of course, if we move forward with the deal, I'm going to bring them into the deal to partner with us because they help us out. So you definitely want to establish those kinds of relationship too if your market is not in your backyard.
Awesome. Great advice. Especially the part where you said that you reached out to brokers on deals that you knew were out of your limit, right? Like were out of your reach, but you just like reached out and talked to them about that deal, asked them questions and all of that, because that really helps you, get experience, establish a relationship with the brokers,
and build a confidence as well.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to go there. Exactly. Well, yeah. Well, Elsa, had a lot of fun. Thank you very much. Is there any place, or where would be the best place for someone to find you if they want to connect with you, if they maybe want to talk to you about a deal that they might have in the locations that you mentioned, or maybe they want to know more about it, MFM or anything, they just want to reach out, maybe just to say thanks. Where would be the best place to find you, Elsa?
I appreciate that. So easiest place to track me now is on Facebook or LinkedIn. So Elsa Nguyen on just Google Elsa Nguyen Multifamily. You're probably gonna see, my LinkedIn profile, my Facebook profile, MFM Multifamily Master. They're big on Facebook, so you can find them there. And my website, investnowcapital.com, is another place where you can have my personal information, email in there that I would have access to.
Awesome. We'll have all of those things listed wherever this podcast appears. It will appear everywhere, so that's good. Any other last words that you may want to say, just for the audience, or for you, or for me?
Well, I just want to thank you for the time to be here today. I really, really appreciate it. And I really applaud the cause that you are called to do, just really pour people pour the best self out of them. So, and I believe that, we are created unique and gifted. So find your gift, find your strength, and don't ever underestimate what you can do.
Awesome. That was a great line to close. Elsa, thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to the Modern Real Estate Investor Podcast. We want you to know that we love and appreciate you, and we are super grateful about being part of your journey of becoming a successful real estate entrepreneur and having it all. Please share this episode with a friend who you think will be impacted positively. Send it to someone who you know is interested in real estate and dreams of having it all and being the best they can be across all areas. And if you thought this episode was really valuable, share it on your social media as a post or a story. We have a special gift for all of those who contribute to the Modern Kings and Queens movement. So for those of you who decided to share this episode and help us spread our message, send me a message letting me know on any social media platform at Alex Ramirez, the Modern King. I have a special surprise for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.